Alright. My name is Tucker Ammons, and this is my informative speech. The 4th of July is a day of good music, great food, watching fireworks. I'm sure we all have our own traditions, whether it be a pool party or cookouts. This is the day that we remember the U.S. declaring its independence from Great Britain. This day has become glorified. It's become surrounded in this magnificence and splendor. We've constructed this perfect image of the Founding Fathers hovering over the Declaration of Independence and signing it. This is far from historical reality. These Founding Fathers, the men who signed the Declaration of Independence, they were far from perfect. They fought, they quarreled over politics, they were flawed. And America didn't just become this strong country on July 4th, 1776. No, far from it. America was on the verge of collapsing into its nation states for the next 30 to 50 years. I want to talk about three of the Founding Fathers who contributed to this political instability: Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. They have perhaps the most famous feud in American history that led to a duel and resulted in the death of Alexander Hamilton. The events leading up to the duel itself, and the aftermath reveal the difficulties of forming the new American nation. Hamilton and Burr weren't just faces on a dollar bill. They had strong personalities and strong tempers. Alexander Hamilton came from a lowly upbringing, and because of this, he felt compelled to prove himself. He was aggressive, whether it was leading a bayonet charge in the Battle of Yorktown or fighting for U.S. fiscal policy. Aaron Burr, on the other hand, came from a prestigious New Jersey family, and according to the Aaron Burr biography, he was a skilled war tactician and a sly politician. So why did Burr, the vice president of the U.S., and Alexander Hamilton, the most powerful Federalist, fight to the death? Well, I alluded to this. Hamilton was a Federalist and Burr was a Republican, so they had different ideologies. But it goes deeper than that. According to the PBS article, the prospect of Burr leading New York mortified Hamilton, who despised and mistrusted Burr completely. Hamilton denounced Burr in every campaign he ran for, whether it was the mayor of New York or running for vice president. Hamilton even called Burr despicable in some newspapers. And Burr felt that this was more than political opposition. He felt that Hamilton was attacking his character. And because of this, Burr challenged Hamilton to a duel. And Hamilton had to accept. According to Joseph Ellis in the book Founding Brothers, Hamilton felt that the duel was the essence of a man's character. And like I said earlier, he felt compelled to prove himself. So therefore, on July 11th, 1804, they met to seal their fates. 10 paces, turn, and shoot. These are the rules of the duel. When you go into a duel, you're not expecting to be hurt badly, if at all. This is due to the inaccuracy of the pistols, but also because you don't have to fire your bullet, and you can intentionally miss just as long as the obligations of honor have been met. So Hamilton went into the duel not intending to fire his bullet, but for reasons unknown, he did, and he intentionally missed Burr with a bullet flying 10 feet above Burr's head. However, because Hamilton fired first, this gave Burr full justification to take deadly aim. He shot Hamilton 4 inches above his head. Hamilton knew he was going to die. According to Joseph Ellis, Hamilton said to his doctor, "This is a mortal wound." He passed away the next day. Initially, Burr felt regret and surprise and wished to speak to Hamilton after he shot him. This insinuated that Burr was not intentionally trying to kill Hamilton. Regardless, Hamilton died a martyr, and Burr became a traitor. It ruined Burr's political career. He was allowed to finish his vice presidency, but then was forced to move west. And many people compared him to Benedict Arnold, the most famous U.S. traitor. But there's a deeper underlying issue. This duel represents the division between the Federalists and the Republicans that would plague the United States of America. It increased the polarization between the two parties, which would ultimately lead to the Civil War 60 years later. The U.S. was at a point where it was very fragile. The direction of the U.S. was unpredictable and unstable. Just as on July 4, 1776, the fate of the U.S. was influenced and manipulated by a few good men. And I believe that Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, they weren't just fighting to defend their character. No, they were fighting for a much bigger reason. They wanted to be among these few honorable and virtuous men that would seal the fate of America. This duel was them cementing their legacy, and it embodied the spirit of the American Revolution that they had fought for. These two men were willing to sacrifice their lives for the glory of America. Thank you. God bless you.